Alright guys, I arrived here in England, and this right here is what I am learning to fly. So my intention with this long video is basically to document the type rating experience for me. I'm just going to take a few videos throughout the type rating course. It could be during the simulator or now doing the theory, and let you know how it's going today.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm your crew partner.
You are my crew partner.
Germany.
You're from Germany. Where in Germany are you from?
Near Munich.
Nice. What are you doing right now?
We are probably studying for the SAP questions.
We are indeed. We are indeed. Are you ready?
We are ready.
What just happened today?
Today we just finished our tech exam.
We did. Was it hard?
It was.
It was very hard. So basically, we've been studying for it for, I guess, how many weeks now here in the UK?
Yeah, like I guess more than 10 days. At least.
10 days. So we've been isolating. The only thing we've been doing is basically just sitting in our room. This has been my desk, and Daniel had his own desk, and we finally passed the tech exam today. So it was amazing. How many questions was it? 120. 120. So it was amazing. You could.
Really tricky questions.
Yeah, very tricky. All right. Yeah! What happened today?
Yeah, we passed our SAP
Yeah, we
exam.
did. How many percent did you get?
96.
96. You're about to say 76. 96, man. How many percent did I get?
96.
Yes, give it to me. Give it to me. What's up? How you doing? How are you doing, sir? Where are you from?
Packing.
What? You packing? Where are you going to?
Derby.
Derby. But what are you doing? Like, are you a pilot as well?
Yeah, man.
Nice. Nice. And you just finished?
Type rating.
He's a real pilot. Us, we're just doing the theoretical stuff. Nice. Good meeting you, man. What is up, guys? I hope you're doing very well. So finally, I got a few moments here to actually talk you through what's happened here within the last... I've been here for a month now here in England. And the time, obviously, as you can imagine, just flown by. So, to make it real quick, I just finished my 8th simulator session last night. And what I thought was simply I would have time in between to actually make some recordings and add it to the video. However, that's not been the case, to be honest with you. But today I have the next 4 days off before the next sim. So I'm really just going to talk you through what happened. More or less with the simulator session and the theoretical examination as well. So as you saw in the previous videos, me and Daniel, my crew partner, we passed the SOP exam and the technical exam. Some of the other exams you didn't really hear about is also the performance exam. Now it's very important for aircraft when they're flying to, as a pilot, that you calculate the proper aircraft performance. So there'll be distances, there'll be obstacle clearance and so forth. So that's really what's in that exam. In the flight schools, it's quite common that you do it via, paper and pen and remember a lot of stuff. You also need to remember a lot of rules here and regulations and so forth. However, it's all done via a Boeing app. It's called a onboard performance tool. So that's more or less how the performance exam works. Now, when we finished all the theoretical examinations, then we went further on to the sim sessions. The first sort of 4 sim sessions were based on just learning the procedures, what is called SOP, Standard Operating Procedures. And that's really more or less, I wouldn't call it a script, but it's a guideline you really have to follow in order to be in the same loop as your captain, more or less, and every other crew. So we all sort of following the same script, actually. And that is my shirt. And that, as you probably could imagine, takes up a lot of time in order to be able to remember what you do when and where. Now, you could go as far as saying, all right, if I remember the script, isn't that enough? No, it's not really enough, because you have to connect the script, the procedures, to technical knowledge. And that's really the importance here. And without that, I wouldn't call the operation safe by any means. So that's what we're doing now. Now, the simulator last night were actually a progress assessment, sort of like a check to see if you're actually progressing. and there's a lot of good stuff to remember. Now, I'll say for the type rating here, it's really about understanding your brain and how it works. Now, for me, I need to have a story to connect like a lot of things. So if you have rapid decompressurization, like how do you remember it? How do you remember some of the procedures that's maybe very long? So a lot of pilots used what is called mnemonics. It's basically you say you remember some letters that then reminds you of the procedure itself. And that goes for any other industry as well. If there's a lot you have to remember, that's very good. So that's just a little bit about the type rating here. Here we go. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what your background is, who you know, who you don't know, how much money you have, how much money you don't have, or believe you don't have. You can do whatever you set your mind to, okay? You need to believe in it, you need to see it, you need to visualize it. Now, when it comes to being a pilot, we cannot get around that. There's certain criteria, like you cannot be colorblind and so forth, which is really sad, but it's obviously necessary to see color. Okay, so if you're in the position that you actually can't or are considering starting as a pilot, do it. Look, my story is I didn't have all of the funding you needed. I worked for a few years, gathered as much money, then I asked the bank again, then I asked them again. And initially they said no. So then I had to find someone in my network that knew the bank's director. And so I did, and then I got the loan. Then I started flight school, did all of the hard work, all the theoretical stuff, flying. And then I got some experience as a skydive pilot and so forth, as you've probably seen in other videos. That's not the point here. My point is that you can do whatever you set your mind to. And you, my friend, you need to believe in it. And it goes the same for every little single thing you're doing. It does not matter what it is. You need to get your brain with you, and you need to control your thoughts as well. And understand when it is time to do hard work, do the hard work. I'd say my biggest advice here is knowing how you work effectively under pressure. Not pressure as in a stress situation, but pressure understood in such a way that there's a lot of things you need to get through in order to get to where you're going. In my case, theoretical exams. I've never been a very theoretical guy, but I do hard work. I sit down, and then if I don't understand it the first time or the second time, I read it again. And that might sound very simple, don't get me wrong. It's very frustrating when you think you understand something. So what I'm saying is simply that you need to sit down and really understand it, read it again and again until you understand it. You can do whatever you set your mind to, my friend. All right, guys, so I don't want it all to be about the type rating right now and being able to learn how to fly a big aircraft and so forth. So I'm going to take you through, let's call it memory lane, and really just, I guess, show you what I've done before in order to come here. It's really a journey, right? And you learn across that journey. So 3, 2, 1. Weila.
Sonst machst du einfach Storno.
Tell me one thing. What are we doing tomorrow?
Hopefully our base training.
What is base training? You gotta break it down to the people. They don't know what base training is.
So there we will, steer the first time a Boeing 737 in real life and not in the simulator.
Yes. So basically tomorrow, hopefully if the weather is okay, we're gonna fly a Boeing 737 for the first time.
Yes.
We are very excited.
Yeah.
Alright, what's up guys? In the last video I told you that we're about to do base training. Base training is, like Daniel very perfectly explained, is where you actually take control of the real aircraft, joining a real life traffic pattern, if you will. So basically now you're flying the aircraft in the airport as a pilot with a captain. We did that. That was amazing. And I don't know how to put it. That more or less marks the last step, the complete last step in the process of going through the type rating. So now both me and Daniel are home. I'm in my home here in Denmark, and Daniel is back home in Germany as well. Guys, it's been an amazing journey, really. And it's not just been the last 2 months. On my behalf, it's been the last 5 years. You know, I did flight school. I worked very hard for everything. Got through flight school, and then Corona, the COVID-19 situation hit. You had to find new ways, but still at the same time being focused. You know, just still focusing on wanting to be a pilot. That's been tough, but I've learned a lot as well. I learned how to paint and sell my paintings, and yeah, actually the one there's in the background is one I'm working on right now, and it's just, you know, if things doesn't go right, go left. You know, even as simple as that is, just believe in yourself and just keep working on your craft. You can do it, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. That's really all I can say from here. So, like all of the other famous YouTubers are saying, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. All the very best to you, my friend, and thank you so very much for watching this video. Make sure to comment if you have any questions. Bye.